So we're inside the Swift Challenger now. So we're just going to have a quick walk around control panel, appliances, things like this. So first things first, the control panel's above the door here. This is where you turn it on. So you've got a power button. If you want water to come out, we turn a pump button. If we view levels, we can show the leisure battery. If we are connected to the car and you've got the car running, depending on your setup, with 13 pin, you can hit battery select and move over to the car battery and it will show you how much is on that. So at the moment we're hooked up, we've got loads of voltage coming in. We know we're hooked up because it says mains. Now, our control panel is actually linked to a box down here under this seat. So this is the other half of it. This is the brains. So it's a sergeant box. And in here we've got all of our 12 volt fuses, two 40 volt fuses down here. And we've got some 240 selector switches. So, and finally, very, very far left, it says system shutdown. If I was to press this system shutdown button in, nothing, it would literally shut everything down. That control panel above the door wouldn't work, nothing. It's a good idea if you're not using the van for 3 or 4 months to do system shutdown, and it stops any loss of voltage in the battery. The only other thing to show you are these buttons here. So this would light up if there's a problem with the mains coming in, if there's reverse polarity. Charger, I recommend leaving this on unless you're hooked up permanently. If you're hooked up permanently, you don't want to leave this on all the time because the chargers can burn out. You can just press it to turn it off. Space heater, if you want the electric heating to work, this has to be lit up or it won't turn on, which we'll come to in a minute. Finally, water heater. This is a 240 element, so if you want hot water on mains electric, turn it on. Very important though, when you finish with hot water, you do turn it off so you don't damage the element. Under here as well, we've got the motor mover control box, and at the front here, we've got the Truma Ultra Store water heater with a yellow sort of drain lever, which you can poke up in the air to drain it off. Okay, so that's that. Now, apart from that, we've got a cooker, we've got a 3 burner gas hob, and a 240 volt hot plate, and you've got an auto sparker button as well, so just pick one of them, it's the same as normal. And then you've also got your grill and your oven here as well. Grill and oven, all works off the auto sparker. You've got a glass lid, make sure everything is cool and off before you bring the glass lid down. And when you're cooking at all, grill, oven, anything, glass lid up, and make sure you've got some ventilation going. So we've got the tap, there we go. So the actual pump itself, water pump in here, is located under the front seats. It gets up to pressure, then it turns off. So that's that one. Then we've got the fridge. Obviously it's a standard Thetford fridge with a freezer compartment at the top. We've got the power button here to turn it on and off, and we've got the select. So at the moment I'm on mains. You can tap it, obviously we're not connected to a car so it won't work. And we've got the gas, and you literally just press it, it lights on its own. If it can't light, you'll get an error message and a picture of a spanner come up as well. And then you can select a different temperature for the fridge. And then when you're finished, you press and hold it in to kill it off. In this cupboard, you've got some pull-out drawers, and you've got all the gas taps located in here, although we recommend you work off of the gas bottle, not use the taps. Okay, obviously 240 volt socket, same as any caravan, only work when you're hooked up to the mains. Up top we've got that big Heki roof vent with the catches on it. Got a nice day you can put right up or bring down halfway onto the catch point. And then we've obviously got nightshade and fly screen. And again on all the windows we've got the nightshade and fly screens. Nightshades come down first, followed by the fly screens. These lights up here, these top 2 lights are 240 volt lights. These only work when you're hooked up to mains. All the rest of them in here are 12 volt lights. Then we've got the heater. So the heater works off of gas or electric. So if you haven't got a hookup, use it on gas. We literally flick it around to say number 3, hold it in. When it's lit, it stops sparking. You have to count to 10, let go, and it will go far up, and it will click away to itself for the first minute while it gets hot. Heat comes out of here. If you don't want the heat coming out of here, coming out of the vents around, what we can do is go to the fan side on the right, flick it to the left, which is the best one in my opinion, which is manual speed select, and then you can have it blow around fast, or at night time very slow so you don't even hear it, for a nice even heat distribution around the van. So, but if you've got electric, you want to use the electric one over here. So first thing you have to do to run it on electric is press the button on, I just showed you on the Sargent box that says electric heating. I'm going to go to this controller and select either 500, 1000 or 2000, and you got your stat here, like so. As long as you can see a green light, that's good, it's working. I'll just turn it off. The one above it is for hot water on gas. I've already showed you hot water on 240 volt. This is on gas. You literally just flick it round, it lights, it goes green, and obviously just make sure the outside vent's taken off or it will go red and error out. Okay, what else have we got? We've got the drop down TV unit in here. So we've got a load of latches. You've got 2 latches here, one either side of it need popping out, and then you lift it and push down the button to lower it down. But also when you're driving, make sure you try and latch both sides, especially with the weight of the TV on it as well. Okay, what else did I show you? There's a mini Hecky up here, another larger Hecky at the back. In this wardrobe, we've got the directional TV aerial, which you literally unscrew, push up in the air, red dot's the way it's facing. And remember, when you're driving, bring it down, red dot forward, and tighten it back up. In the top cupboard on the right, we've got a radio. It's probably not worth tuning in every time, because a lot of these are switched off for Sargent. So when you turn the Sargent off, it completely wipes out all your presets. Big bed here, and you can lift it up. Make sure you pull it by the metal though. Don't just pull it by the slats because they'll break. And you've got a caravan cover under here. You've got a load of carpets as well, which we've rolled up to keep them nice under there. And obviously at night time you can unclip the divider and pull that across. Okay, moving further back into the toilet room. We've got the light switch for all the lights in here. We've got storage at the top. We've got a Thetford cassette toilet, standard toilet, it's a swivel one. To use it, push the grey lever, which is in the middle here, move it to the right to open it, and your flush button's in the middle. Obviously that's empty at the moment. Press that so the pump spins. When you're finished, make sure you close it. And again here, we've got another sink. Obviously just be a bit careful with these because they're very thin plastic. Try not to give them too much abuse with the plugs because you can split the plastic on them. Then we've got a shower. Again, I'm not going to demonstrate that, but that works off of the one on the left here. Obviously Aquaroll Waste Master we've got as well. If you've already got one, we'll swap it with your caravan as well. We'll swap them over. And also in the back, just so I don't forget, this is where the freestanding table's located. So that goes in here. It's a very, very straightforward van. The only other thing, if you wanted to make the front bed up, it's literally got slats between the front 2 seats. These literally just get hold of, pull out all the way, and these 2 cushions here drop in to make it into a double bed. It's that simple. Obviously, lastly, a small thing, to lock the door, you push it up to open it, you push it down. That's pretty much it. Not much else to show you. Oh yeah, in this cupboard here, which is next to their heater, we've got some bits of a sink. We've got like a little draining board that you can attach to it, and a cover as well. Now finally, the motor mover handset, and it's got a locking wheel nut as well. And that we are putting in here, so they don't get lost, very important.